So yeah, guys, I'm not going to stop using Claude, but I definitely think, we have a valid contender in the arena with Muse Code. It's genuinely impressive. In some 82.9, over here we've got 81.8. So it's actually beating Codex, but it's short of Claude, which, I don't know, makes sense. And I think these benchmarks, they're so grounded in reality. I feel like whatever benchmarks, really happened, this was all zero human intervention, zero supervision, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, apparently the whole time it just kept finding little quick wins, little optimizations, improvements. So I think this in itself is a really, sort of crazy, almost cheap, 20 times cheaper than Claude at this point, because it's only $1.25 per million input tokens and $4 out, or $4.25 out. But you can use this contributor mode with Muse Code. Facebook just literally launched their own version of Codex yesterday. Muse Code, called Muse Code, and it just dropped yesterday. I was literally at work on my lunch break, and I got a notification on my phone yesterday that Muse Code had dropped. I was literally, on my lunch break at work, and I got a notification saying Muse Code had dropped. So, this is Muse Code's website here. You can see it's basically a coding agent, right? It lives in your terminal, just like Claude Code does, just like Codex does. It's pretty easy to install as well. Full disclaimer, I haven't actually installed it yet, but you can see it's literally like this one little command, right? There's one command here, and you sort of, enter that in, it will install. There's no fuss, there's no super complicated setup involved. So yeah, guys, I think what we're going to do today is we'll go have a look at the benchmarks, we'll install it, and we'll see how it goes. So you can see another thing, guys, is the actual pricing of it. It's pretty cheap, 20 times cheaper than Claude at this point, because it's only $1.25 per million input tokens and $4 out, or $4.25 out. But you can use this contributor mode, which basically means they'll train on your outputs, which I think most models potentially could be doing allegedly. Yeah, behind the scenes they have a little button that's allow, and then not many people are aware of this, but at least they're really transparent. You can either use this model here or this model here, and one does and one doesn't. And you can see the one that does, this 1.2 contributor Metaspark is, allegedly, right? I can't actually sort of comment on that. But anyway, so here's the official sort of blog post here introducing Muse Code, and they also dropped this new model called Muse Spark 1.2, which I remember seeing the Spark model as well. But yeah, if we scroll through, you can see these are some examples of what it's actually. Yeah, so basically I was able to build this whole website, which yeah, it looks really good, to be honest. So here's what I was after, ladies and gentlemen, the benchmarks. So this is what's really interesting to me. Terminal Bench 2.1, if we look here, it's doing really well. What's interesting is it actually beats OpenAI's Codex, right? So you can see it's 82.9. Over here we've got 81.8. So it's actually beating Codex, but it's short of Claude, which, I don't know, makes sense. And I think these benchmarks, they're so grounded in reality. I feel like whatever benchmarks really happen, that's the actual genuine case in real life. I noticed it so much times where I'll see the benchmark, and then that's how I actually feel about it. Now, there was one caveat, which was Opus, which I think that was actually benchmaxed, right? And that's why it kind of talked about a whole bunch of nonsense. But yeah, moving on, you can see that Meta is coming in to the race, or they're coming in and they're positioning themselves really strong. This to me, the fact that they're beating Codex means that they're fighting. You have a fighting chance. But again, still not even close to Claude. So this is not a video me saying Claude Code is dead, but I'm just saying the Muse Code, watch out for them. Just keep them on your radar, right? So yeah, there was this case study here. Now this is the part that really interested me. This case study here, this was one of the things that really interested me. The kernel optimization, which I mean, that's got to be insanely hard. Like, you know, it's the most low level optimizations you can do, and anything low level is super abstract. You got to deal with memory. It's not easy, guys. And so basically they tested the model's ability to optimize GPU kernels, and it literally went on for like 24 hours straight. You can see up to 24 hours, 1000 plus tool calls, and guys, this wasn't the day where you had to go through approved tool. This was all zero human intervention, zero supervision, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, apparently the whole time it just kept finding little quick wins, you know, little optimizations, improvements. So I think this in itself is a really, you know, sort of crazy, almost benchmark. Although it is one of those trust me bro stats, because, you know, Meta did sort of grade themselves. But I think any model that can run up to 24 hours, you know, that's a full day. Without getting into, you know, some models, they used to get into like loops and stuff like that, or they don't just fall apart. It's almost a different kind of proof. So yeah, I want to go back to this pricing section actually a little bit. So yeah, there's definitely just, you know, two different model pricings. There's a normal tier and a contributor tier, and the contributor tier is 10 times cheaper, right? But the only reason that happens is because they actually train the models on your sort of inputs and outputs, so every prompt you're sending, you know. So now I'm gonna install Muse Code and put it to the test. So all I got to do is come back to the website. If you guys are following along, you know, I would encourage you to, but it's pretty much really simple, right? I'm just gonna grab this and I'm gonna click copy, then I'm gonna head back to my terminal, and I'm gonna see what happens. So I'm just gonna press enter like that. Sweet, so I just gave that to Claude, and basically I'm just gonna say install that, because yeah, I don't believe on my computer I have this like FSSL thing, you know, installed on my computer. So I'll just give it to Claude to set up. That way it's super simple for me, because yeah, like I said, I don't think I installed Muse to get started. Oh, maybe it's just Muse. Boom. All right, cool. I am logged in. Okay, that's cool. So I'm actually logged in to Muse Code right now. So super keen to actually try that. So I refresh this. Gee, yo, that is like so messed up. Look at all the voxels, man. Like, it's got like, everything's like, I can see through it. Okay, it's pretty deep. And full transparency there, I was like starting way before. Okay, I was like rebuilt as Vox. It's installing Bun, which is real interesting. Installing Chromium. So I can already tell this is like set up for like agentic work, because to me it's doing all of those things that basically insinuate that it's a long horizon model, which is really good. So this is quite promising, like right off the bat. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. So let's go next wave. Let's see what happens. Although the only thing is everything's inside out. That's literally, I'm gonna go back. Everything about the voxels appears to be inside out. Also, I would like some more natural slopes and gradients and slopes, gradients, and oh yeah, how did those palm... Okay, the palm trees aren't bad. I want the palm trees to have coconuts. So I want the palm trees to have coconuts and be more RNG looking trees. I'm really after, like, you know, not every tree looks the exact same. Well, obviously everyone knows that, but that's what I'm after in the game. So this is a really fast model as well. Yeah, it does look nice, eh? And you can see, like, if you're on your phone, you don't have to know how to program, but you can create like a really good game. And then you could have some sort of mechanism where every time you die, it shows you an ad, right? And then like you can pay like $1.50 to get rid of the ad, and then instantly, you know, you start. You have that mechanism to actually start, and you don't have to trade money for time. Yeah, so super clean editor. Only thing that was real weird about this was like logging in with Facebook. It's like, come on, can add a first person. Yeah, let's do that. I want to add a setting to change to first person. I think you should add weapon upgrading option. Okay, yeah, let's add a weapon upgrading option. Some players want first person. That's true. Yeah, they want to switch between different modes. They want to be like first person or third. So yeah, just the option to switch from first to third. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it does this. I'll refresh. Those boxes are still like real messed up. Look at that. Oh, that's the other thing. How do I like paste? Okay, use code how to paste in an image. Because in Claude Code, you go like Alt V, but this is just saying like voice Muse code how to paste. Yeah, I've literally got no clue. This is so new. When I search it up, it's coming up with like real, like, see if I can play. See, this to me like is so clean, like that. The amount of like there's like a filter going on. There's like all these random particles over here, rocks, things tipped over, like all of this. This looks like it's been damaged, so it's coming up like over there. So yeah, that's just super impressive. I wonder how much prompts it took them. This surely wasn't like the first shot. It looks like over here there's like a little gate, or I don't know, it looks like you can go through that with the mobile options. But if I zoom in, then it will have like the mobile options. So that's a really nice touch. That it can be played. And there is like here we are, I can upgrade mag too. Oh, I think this gives me a better mag, right? Well, I suppose that was it really for Muse Code. So lastly, if I go to the artificial analysis benchmark, you can see this is where we're like coming. So I don't know why that's saying that. If I zoom, yeah. So what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's the leaderboard. New Spark is right here. So it's 7th place at the moment. So it's putting up, you know, a fighting chance. It's doing as good as 4.8 Opus, which is it's quite impressive. I also want to go down. Is there like a speed benchmark? I'll just go like, oh no, there is one. It's up here. It's at the top. Speed. Here we are. Where are we with speed? Maybe it's not ranked for speeding yet. Maybe it's not ranked for the out because I can't see it here. So yeah, to be confirmed on the speed, but the model itself, you know, is good. I feel like it could be a real, like, if you had a limited budget, you know, it could be a really great daily drive. One of the things that it comes out of the box is really. So yeah, that was really the video. Yeah, I think to summarize it, it was a nice little test. We'll just have to see how we get on in the future and keep an eye on it and see how the Spark models are going. I think potentially, like, doesn't matter who has. I think Claude, yeah, definitely has like the most code programming data for like so if I go, so here, mini Muse Spark. Oh, that's Muse Spark 1.1. We're on Muse Spark. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Companies prefer using Claude, definitely Enterprise, because it lines up with their mission and it's got a lower hallucination rate. Yeah, I definitely would say that's true. If this page wants to actually load, so yeah, this benchmark here, you can see Claude Code, number 1. Number 2, Muse Code, right? Number 3, Codex. After that, it's Grok Build and then Anti-Gravity. So this is the benchmark that I was referring to. Yeah, so it's Claude's better than this, then Codex. Just for purely the, you know, the terminal bench and what happened. So yeah, all right, I suppose that was the video for Muse Code, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay.